this installment of our video series, we're going to talk about how Windows 7 handles sharing. Now, with Windows 7, there's two types of sharing. There's basic sharing and there's advanced sharing. So in order to see exactly how this sharing occurs, we're going to deal with two different folders. You can see here that we have a basic folder and an advanced folder. Now, we're going to start off looking at basic sharing. Now, if we right-click on the basic folder and we go down to Properties and then Sharing, we will see that we have a basic environment, the network file and folder sharing, and an advanced sharing. Here we're going to select Share under Basic, and this gives you the option of determining who you're going to share your information with. Now, this Windows 7 computer is part of an Active Directory domain, so when I select Find People, it is going to allow me to search through the entire Active Directory database. Now in this case, I'm just going to pick authenticated users, select OK, then I can choose the level of access, read or read and write. I'm going to select read and write. The owner is Derek, that's a default, and then I'm going to select share. Now once I select share, this particular share becomes available to other computers on the network. So I'm going to come over here to my other machine that's on my network. I'm going to refresh my list, and you can see that I see basic, but there's nothing in it. But if I were to add information, such as a basic text file, and then go back to my Windows 7 computer, you will clearly see that I have now put a file in there, so I'm sharing this folder. Now, if we look at advanced sharing, it's a little bit different. Right-click on your folder, go to Properties, Sharing, and then we have advanced sharing. Now, advanced sharing is more like we've had sharing for the last however many 15 years of Microsoft networking. You can share the folder, you can change the name of the share name, and then you have permissions. Now, note, look at what the default permissions are. Everyone read. Now, I actually don't have a problem with everyone in today's Active Directory environment because everyone does not include anonymous in most cases. Now, if your environment does include anonymous with everyone, then you'll want to change this everyone to authenticated users. If you're not certain, then most likely what you'll want to do is remove this and then add authenticated users and then give authenticated users full control. Now, you'll see in a minute that this full control is not an issue whatsoever. Now, I select OK, OK, close out of this. I go back to my environment where I can see my shares. Here's advanced. And now you can see that I can add and modify contents to this folder as well. Coming back here under advanced, I now have a new folder. Well, the reason I told you that everyone full control or authenticated users full control is not an issue is because of the way the basic does it as well. And historically, full control is what you want for share permissions. Now, if I go to this sharing and advanced sharing for my basic folder, you will see that the permissions that were set up was everyone full control. So in this environment, even though I selected basic and then selected authenticated users, it put in everyone and then also administrators. So this idea of basic really makes things more complicated, and I tell every administrator, every user, to use the advanced sharing because you get to clearly see exactly how you're setting up the share permissions. Now, how do I determine what is shared and what isn't shared? Well, you can see here at the bottom it tells me my state and whether or not I have it shared. But this means that you have to click on every single folder to determine what that state is. This becomes a little bit convoluted. Now, doing research, there's no way to show that this icon automatically becomes a shared icon like it did in the past. So instead, what you can do is you can go to your computer management environment, and inside of computer management for this computer, and you can do this remotely as well, you can see all of the shared folders. Here you see advanced and basic. Now admin $, C $, and IPC $, these are all default shares. So you can clearly see that the new sharing in Windows 7, which is also indicated in Windows Server 2003 R2, is a little bit convoluted compared to what it used to be, but with a little bit of experience and a little bit of knowledge, you too can share like a pro. This has been Derek Melber. Thanks for watching.